but I knew that I wanted to display him in box as it just resonates more with me for some reason. The foam inside is actually a custom piece from a previous owner. Now, if I can track down the original foam one day, great. But if not, the key difference in this custom foam is that it does not have a slot for the Diaclone drivers that this item originally came with. And it just so happens that I am also missing those drivers, but I do have plans to track them down sometime.
Well, I'd say that turned out alright. Let me tell you the story. Hey everyone, as I've mentioned in the past, having a Holy Grail in your collection is all the more special if you can draw some sort of connection to it, and in the case of this Diaclone Battle Convoy toy, I just respect so much where Transformers came from. As I've mentioned in a past video, which I recorded at the very end of 2021 and aired right at the right at the end of 2021 and aired right at the beginning of 2022, I had acquired this Diaclone Battle Convoy. I treated it as a big accomplishment factor because, as I said in that particular video, that this was something that I saw back in 2003. I had an opportunity to buy a Diaclone Battle Convoy. I wasn't able to afford it as a university student at the time. The opportunity came again nearly 2 decades later, and now a full 2 decades later, I've been able to complete this item. Now, at the time of that 2021, end of 2021 recording that I did not have the original foam for this. I had been using a custom foam, which I'll talk about in a second here, and I did not have any of the 3 drivers. Now, I've decided to record this video in an unscripted, sort of candid manner so that you see my natural inflections. I'm not reading off of anything, so this is just me giving you my thoughts, and hopefully you can hear the passion in my voice about how important this item is to me. Now, for the full review of the Diaclone Battle Convoy and the history behind it, I do want to refer you back to that video that I recorded at the end of 2021 and I aired just a few days after New Year's in 2022, where I talk about all the history of Diaclone Battle Convoy, my journey in terms of acquiring the figure, etc. Now, as you can see, I've shown his loadout here, his accessories. You've got the hose, you got the 2 bloated fists, you've got the 4 gray missiles here that you can see. You've got I showed the hose already. You've got the nozzle, you've got the pump, and you've got the blaster all right here. That you can see. You've got Roller here without the extended pegs on the back. He's a shade of blue that's akin to the Battle Convoy, matches the Battle Convoy blue on the trailer there. But again, I refer you back to the original video that I did way back when, so that you can see the comparisons between this Diaclone Battle Convoy 2, the Generation 1, and also the Generation 2 figure, or at least the most common release of the Generation 1 figure. Now, somebody had told me as well that they thought there was something wrong with the bumper of my Diaclone Battle Convoy here, which I don't think there is. I've been told that there should be like a very slight indent on here, which there isn't on mine, although it does show it on the box. You can't even really see it. There's a slight indent in there. I'm not even sure if the camera can focus clearly enough to show that. Now, I thought that maybe meant that somebody replaced the front bumper with a Generation 1, but I don't know if that's even possible, because the most common versions you find, which would be the unbloated version of the figure, which has the unbloated fists and the unbloated gun, these are obviously bloated. And for those who don't know, that just means that there's different versions of Optimus Prime in the Generation 1 line, and that the cab, the trailer, and the accessories were tool a little bit differently. So I know that you can't take the most common version of G1 Prime and change the bumper or change parts with it. And if you were to take the less common version, the bloated version of them, you'd effectively be replacing rare parts onto another rare figure, which almost in many ways that doesn't really make sense. And also the chrome wear on this bumper is very similar to the chrome wear on the rest of the figure. So again, it all looks like it came this way. I don't think anybody's done any replacements. And a lot of the Diaclone Battle Convoys you see on the internet have a sticker that covers this part anyway. So there's no way to really verify whether or not that front indent should be there. But it just had me doing some research about whether or not parts of this were replaced with a G1 figure. But for all the reasons I stated earlier, difficulty of replacing, the fact that the most common version of the G1 Prime, I don't know about the less common bloated versions, like I said, but the most common one you can't just replace parts onto a Diaclone figure, at least as far as I've been told for those who have tried in the past. Now, for the actual story as to how all this came together, I was happy enough as it is to get this item even incomplete and with kind of a beat up box with a flap missing on one side and a custom foam. Now, I'll say that the previous foam was a custom, and this is the original real foam, that the vintage version is that. So, okay, the thing is that the custom foam was ordered by a friend who previously owned this Diaclone Battle Convoy, and that custom foam did not have the 3 slots for the Diaclone drivers. Here, it had less slots up here. All it was crafted up to do was to fit in the box and display the cab, the trailer, so that you could see it inside the window of the box. And there was just 1 or 2 big slots at the top here so that you could put all the accessories in. I do have a comparison photo that I'll flash up where you can see my friend is holding the original sort of beat up foam with the cleaner custom foam, and you can see the differences between them. Now, I'm keeping, even though it's a dirtier, more beat up foam, it is a vintage one, so it helped me complete the Diaclone Battle Convoy in terms of aesthetic appearance. And also, the 3 drivers here were sourced by my very good friend Jeff, who was able to find the 3 drivers. And at the time of that original Battle Convoy video that I did not have these drivers, just like I did not have the foam. So being able to source them and just stay diligent in terms of being able to ask around, have reliable people around, spread the word that I'm looking for them, was very helpful in terms of being able to find these drivers. And they're not cheap and they're not easy to come by, because there are specific drivers that come for specific Diaclone toys. It's not like any driver can go with any toy, and these all have the magnetic feet on here. Not sure how well the camera is focusing. Let me know whether or not you can see it well or not. But oops, as I dropped one of them. So all in all, I'm just very excited to have this thing complete. Now, I know there's some paperwork that does come with the Diaclone Battle Convoy. I'm aware that in order to be like, not just a complete loose figure, but like an in-box complete, like almost coming out of the original store type of feel, you'd want the paperwork as well. But for me, this is what I needed. The priority was to get the complete accessories, including the 3 Diaclone drivers right now, and then get, the box I'd already had, but to get an original foam as well, so that I know that this thing is 100% vintage all the way through. And I was just really excited to share this journey with you all, to more or less say that the journey is complete. If I don't get any further than this with my Diaclone Battle Convoy, because it is my centerpiece, holy grail in my collection, I'm happy with this, and that's as far as I need to go. If somehow an opportunity came up for me to, buy a slightly better box or a cleaner foam, and I'm not even sure how much I'd want to even spend on that, given that I'm already this far along in terms of acquiring my white whale of a Grail, or at least what was a white whale of a Grail for me. So even if the opportunity came to buy some paperwork, I might take it, I might not. But this was my original goal when I wanted to get a Diaclone Battle Convoy. I've now accomplished that, and I just wanted to share this moment with you all. And hopefully you can hear the passion in my voice, just how excited I am to have this opportunity and be able to own a Diaclone Battle Convoy in all its glory. Again, condition, be damned a little bit. It's hard to preserve these things because, the legs are a little bit floppy on this. Like I said, the chrome is a little bit worn. The box and foam are, the foam especially is pretty beat up. The box is missing a flap on one side. But as I said on my 10 rare, on my more recent 10 rare Transformers video, it's my Battle Convoy, and I love it for what it is. And on that video as well, I did already have 2 of the 3 drivers. I'm talking about the 10 rare, the part 2 of the 10 rare Transformers figures I own in my collection video that I aired in the early part of 2023 here. I did have 2 of the 3 Diaclone drivers, and since then I've been able to get the 3rd, and I've been able to get the foam. So again, I especially made this video just for people to hear the passion that I have, hear the absolute joy in terms of me completing this experience and being able just to put it in the collection and say it's done. And on that note, before we sign off, I just want to say thanks to the Patreon supporters and channel members of Toy Connections, and their names can be found in the description section below. And if you do want to continue looking at some other videos, I'm going to throw up some other content right over here that you can click on, so you can look at the original Diaclone Battle Convoy video that I did over here, and you can look at the 10 rare Transformers video that features an update of this particular figure at the end right over here. So anyway, thanks again, everyone. Take care and have a good one.